I'm actually very scared. I'm scared because what you guys are going to think about me and my speech and the image that you're going to create about me forever in your heads. And I know somehow it's going to affect me too in the future. I used to think like that in every situation of my life at one point, because the perception of people about me affected me a lot, and not in a good way. But what is this perception? Let me ask you a few questions. What do you think the profession of this person would be? Any guesses? Great. Any other guesses? Come on, guys. Great. Okay. Now, what do you think the profession of this person would be? Great. Bang on. Now, actually, both these pictures are of me. One was before the modeling, when I was a student, and one is during the modeling. Now, you thought of them as two different people from whatever the information you gathered from the data I showed you. And we all try to fit in certain boxes which exist in our minds. Those boxes come into existence because of the experiences we have and had till now in our life. And also how the society wires us to think. For example, if this person thinks like this, does this, behaves like this, he and she definitely would be this. But ask yourself, is that the reality always? No, right? I'm sure you all must have also been the victim to these perceptions. I have been too, as I said earlier. But I'm the survivor of these perceptions too. So today, what I want to share with you is the importance of breaking these perceptions and how to break them and not fit in these perceptions. So the number one is break them by taking it as a challenge. As a kid, I was very insecure and not at all confident. Thanks to the amazing hypocrite society that we live in. Now, as a 13-year-old kid, you keep on hearing this again and again, you really start questioning everything. I did too. I actually, of course, lost all my confidence. And I actually started believing that I am less than others, that I'm born this way. I didn't know the meaning of perception then. Forget about knowing how to break them. But I so badly wanted to prove them wrong because it just didn't feel good. So I decided to study very hard that year. And even to my own surprise, I actually topped the school that year. Mission was accomplished. But what happened as a result of that was that I topped the school for the next 5 years. I topped the city in the 12th standard and later even cracked IIT. But jokes apart, topping the school that year gave me the confidence which I never had in my life. It gave me the belief and motivation to become something in life. So it's become so important to break these perceptions by proving them wrong. Next one is break them by focusing and achieving your dreams. What do you want? Now, I had my own perceptions. We all had. We all have also. I had about other things in life, and especially about my life at IIT. I thought it's going to be very easy because the major part was done, getting into it. But it got completely shattered because it was filled with its own challenges. I come from a small city in Punjab. When you come from a small town and a city, It makes you a little naive as compared to other students. It makes you a little less fluent in English as compared to other students. And it makes you less good looking as compared to other students. Because of this, you get so vulnerable for being bullied for who you are and not accepted for who you are. And that's what happened with me. I also very soon realized after reaching college that to be the center performer of a dance or the lead dancer, you don't have to be a talented dancer. You just have to be a good looking one, and especially if you're a woman. Why I'm saying this? Actually, I was very culturally active thanks to my mom. I used to participate every year in the school annual day function. So when I came to college, I decided that I will be part of as many as cultural groups as I can. One, to feel accepted, to make friends, and to enjoy life. I mean, I thought I finally deserved it after, studying so hard in the school, doing nothing except studying, and ghisawing myself in quota to crack JEE. I deserve it. I don't have to study anymore. So when I thought of joining these clubs, being a woman and being friendly in the clubs passes for having less of a character. These perceptions gave me many names at college, and it made me distant from any social interactions. I even stopped making any friends. These rumors affected everything from there on about my life at IIT. How many of you are or are trying to get into some kind of student body, want some elections or a committee or something? Show me hands. We all are, right? 90% of us. We all have that kida to get into some kind of committee. I had to, because it feels good. It feels good to be belonged somewhere, right? So I wanted to get into the cultural committee of IIT from day one, but I didn't make it because of the internal politics, because of the gender bias, that there were only 2 spots for girls, and because the image they had about me, the rumors they heard about me, it did affect me. It did affect the decision. Later on, I even tried for every existing student body which existed in the college. I didn't even make it there. वो भी जिनमें seniors बोलते हैं ना, आप जाओ और हो जाएगा. No. Actually, I was so confident of getting into that cultural committee because I worked so hard in the initial 2 years for it. I didn't even sit for the internship placement in the college. Basically, I lost everything. At this point in my life, I felt like the biggest failure and a fool. I was so embarrassed to face anybody in the college thinking what they will say about me, how they will judge about me, how I'm walking and stuff like that. I locked myself in the hostel room for days and I started even skipping classes. Many days passed. I was crying myself in the bed of the hostel room, and deep down I heard the voice of my parents. Tu sher putt hai, get up. That day I decided that I'm not going to let these perceptions become the reality. I'm not going to let down my parents. I'm going to focus on what I want to achieve and what is in my control. Later that year, I cracked NTU Singapore internship, and I was the only student in my batch who had a foreign internship. And I did that by hook and crook. I even applied for the opportunities which are meant for MTech and PhD students. I also decided to try modeling. One, because I wanted to feel good about myself, how I looked. Second, because I wanted to gain confidence and satisfy that creative soul inside me. But most importantly, I knew, ये मुझसे कोई छीन नहीं सकता. मुझे इसके लिए कहीं इंटरव्यू नहीं देनी जाके और किसी का एहसान नहीं लेना कि मुझे सेलेक्ट कर ले. No. तो मैं यही करूंगी. But the story doesn't end there, as you might have thought. Pursuing modeling was just adding the fuel to the fire of already existing perceptions. So many more added. Why modeling? Does she want to attract guys? Why now? Engineering क्यों की फिर? IIT और professional model हो ही नहीं सकता. I remember I approached certain photographers in the college to get my portfolio done so that I can finally try the modeling professionally in the real world. But everyone refused because nobody even distantly wanted to be related to me. Many created spoof pages of my modeling photos and everything I used to do in college. My own college fashion show rejected me. There was a time when I really thought, what did I do so wrong to these people that they are so hatred, they have so much hatred towards me? To be honest with you, I didn't have any other option actually other than focusing on myself and thinking what I want to achieve. So I worked really hard. I lost 20 kgs in 3 months. I was very overweight. When I came to college, I gained a lot of weight. So I lost weight, worked really hard, learned everything from the YouTube. YouTube was my best friend. Hair, makeup, clothes, ramp walk. In all this, without having any support, without having any friends, without having any industry connections or monetary advantage. I still remember carrying big suitcases filled with my clothes, makeup, shoes, carrying them in the local train of Mumbai all by myself. Because, of course, as a student, that's what could I afford. Attending the classes at IIT, doing this, finishing the shooting at the sets, coming back at night, and repeating the process day and after. But finally, the day came when I was crowned at Gladrex Mega Model as a second runner-up in 2013. I remember I couldn't stop smiling that day because deep down, no, I knew I did it. I achieved my dream. So all the perceptions, it diminished because I concentrated on my dreams. The third one is leverage the perceptions. Now, I pursued my career in the corporate too, before and post my MBA from IIM Bangalore. Currently, as I mentioned, I am heading the robotics and humanoid business in the group company I'm working in. But for me, the challenge was not just to find the job, which was the perfect amalgamation of my skills and my passion, but to carry the baggages which I had to because of the tags attached to me, IIT, IIM, model, girl, etc. The word model is attached to the prejudice of being dumb and easy. So you suffer a lot. I did too. You're believed and doubted about your potential and capabilities in the business world. On the other hand, I also worked in a fashion firm, but I didn't even feel like they're as one of their own because I didn't fit in their box of perceptions. I didn't carry 2-3 lakhs bag. I was not coming in Jaguar or Mercedes. So didn't belong anywhere. When you're from IIT IIM, people believe you to be God who knows everything. Just because you're from IIT IIM doesn't mean that you know everything in the world. So you end up working harder, delivering more to justify in the job your tags and the higher salary which you're getting as compared to your colleagues. There was a point when I actually thought of quitting corporate, going back to my hometown and start something of my own because I felt like it's not the place for me. But then I thought, why am I trying to fight these perceptions? I can't change all the perceptions. I can't change the world all by myself, and especially in such a short period of time. So I'm going to use them for my benefit, of course, which fits in my ethical value system. So when a company asked me to, and they thought that I will be good at posing for the advertising campaign of the firm, I did it. If my fashion firm thought that I will be better at making presentation to get more sponsorship in the company, I did it. This gave me a breadth of skills that I gained in a very short period of time, and that gave me an edge. I got better job offers later. So if you can't break these perceptions, use them. Today, whatever this world is perceiving about me is exactly what I wanted them to perceive. An IIT, I am a national pageant winner, a business leader who founded a women empowerment group because I did not let the perception of other people about me win. So all in all, what I'm trying to say today is that to achieve your big dreams and goals, first of all, never compare and get intimidated by the tags and achievements of others. Because honestly, they have their own share of struggles and failures. But most importantly, what I want you to take away is that never get succumbed to the perception of other people about you. Be a misfit. Be free from fitting in. In the end, I want to leave you with one quote which I wrote once when I was feeling very low. Basically, I'm a trauma writer. Here it goes. मत कोस उस भगवान को ये सोचकर कि उसने तेरी किस्मत का पन्ना छोटा बना दिया. मत कोस उस भगवान को ये सोचकर कि उसने तेरी किस्मत का पन्ना छोटा बना दिया. मत भूल पगले उस कोरे कागज पर लिखने के लिए कलम आज भी तेरे हाथ में है. Thank you so much.